that's the best part of fruit growing. You got the 4 seasons, and the fruit's always changing. You got the dormant period, you got the blossom period, and then you get the little fruitlet stages, and you're nurturing them along, and at the end result, you get this fine piece of fruit at the end, and you think, even though you haven't marketed it yet, you think you've achieved something, and then to market the fruit and to make money, that's a real good achievement.
When you have a good year, you see them build up and very proud of what they're doing, and if the prices are good, then things are all good. But you also see the bad times. We have a hailstorm and they go into sort of a slight depression sort of stage after that, where it's very dark, a lot of moping around, and you see that, and it's keeping things going on the orchard and building them up and saying, well, look, we've lost the cherries, but the apples are looking good, and I guess that's part of my role, being a wife in the family, is doing that. And but when they do produce a very good crop, they're very proud of what they've done, which is great.
That's the case this year. The cherries are total wipeout, but the apples just look splendid.
Yeah, and that's one thing. You can look at losing a crop, but you've got to look forward to the next one and go, well, okay, we've got next year's fruiting coming on, so let's work towards that. We've put behind us what's happened, and go again.
To see a really, really magnificent crop on the trees is a great bit of job satisfaction.
The amount of time and effort that we have to go to is mind-blowing to the average Joe Blow that doesn't know anything about the industry. We spend a lot of time, a lot of money, as you can see. This is our, this is our commitment here. You just look around and the amount of money that we've spent, but also it's a passion. It's a passion that I've got, and I hope maybe my boys, and as in Charlie might grow up, and people. There's a lot of pessimistic can be in the industry because of the Chinese apples and there's a lot of other issues. But I'm a bit of an optimist, and because we grow such a good product, and we put our life and heart and soul into the whole thing, I think it'll be a good future. There's no better high for us. It's like a real pat on the back. I mean, I suppose the returns also help as well, obviously. But there is a lot of self-satisfaction there.
Yep.
And to do a good job for, I don't just pack for ourselves. We pack for other people too. And there's a bit of pride a lot of pride in that, to make sure we do the right job for them and give those guys the best returns, and also make sure that the consumer at the end of the day get the right product.
Rob and Ian and Ross are all passionate about growing beautiful fruit, and it doesn't matter how good the crop is, it's never good enough unless it's 110 or 20% perfect. It's just not right. I remember Rob, he'd planted some Red Delicious down the front of the cottage, and he was down on his knees nurturing these young fruit trees to try and save them all, which he did. And they've since grown into reasonably good trees, with just the passion that required and the time and effort.